Sprint, the official communications provider of Vail Resorts.
Joining me now is Chris Green. He is here to let us know about the Sustainable Design Assessment Team, what they learned, what the community input was. AIA, the American Institute of Architects, Colorado, was here to help suss out all the details. And you know what, it's so nice that you guys were able to go to the new Battle Mountain High School, a brand new facility, and really welcome the public to come in and give their input. Tell us about Monday evening. That was the first of the gathering.
It was. Monday evening we had a really decent turnout for this thing. Gave the community an opportunity to listen to what the team was doing, what the purpose and intent of the SDAT team was, and then to come in and say, here are some of the issues that we're concerned with in the Valley. And surprisingly, there were issues with regard to land use. Agriculture came up. You know, there were concerns about maintaining the nature and character of some of the ranching and agricultural heritage of the Valley. There was concern about the different municipalities and how those municipalities are working together, so there were governance issues, and just concern about how we are stewards of our Valley. So it was a great community input session. Okay,
so you had that on Monday night,
right.
And then you also worked together with the other AIA team members and of course the SDAT team, basically from Monday until last night.
Well, no, they're working now.
They're working today too.
These
There's
guys,
no sleep for these guys.
The heat is on these guys because tonight they have to present 7 o'clock at the new Battle Mountain High School auditorium, which is a great facility, by the way. And they're going to be presenting the findings of this. So Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, we had elected officials, appointed officials, we had mayors, town managers, planning and zoning people, planning personnel, transportation planning staff. I mean, we really got a terrific cross-section of the Valley. And as well as we had the Department of Wildlife, you know, economic development people. So we had everybody in that we could get our hands on to provide input to the team. We concluded those meetings yesterday at noon, okay. And now these guys are putting their findings together. So this is a real serious charrette. I mean, they're locked in a room right now, and they have to put a presentation together, and that's what we'll reveal tonight.
Okay, and is Bob Yakas still here? I know
Bob's here. Oh no,
kind of your fearless leader.
This is really great. We have. In addition to Bob, we have 6 experts. We've got experts in transportation, economic development, governance, water, and a number of others. And these guys are from around the country to come here and look at our issues and then make those recommendations.
And you know what, how nice tonight to be able to go there kind of just as a spectator and just learn or see if your ideas were you know, considered from the Monday night session and just really see the direction that we're going, because sustainability is such the big buzzword these days.
Well, it's a big buzzword, but what we're trying to do is change the dynamic of that a little bit. Everybody thinks that the architects are involved in sustainability on these little houses, but we're trying to change that paradigm a little bit. What we want to do is we want to say we're big picture thinkers, and we're stepping back, and a lot of the recommendations will be policy recommendations, not design recommendations. How do we work better as a Valley, the governments of the Valley? What are the policies regarding land use, economics, transportation? So
yeah, kind of architects of policy and how that will help us go forward, because it affects how things are built as well.
It does, very much so. This is the foundation for what we build, so you're absolutely right.
Okay.
It's great.
All right, can you give us any hints on what we might be seeing tonight, or is it?
Well, there were a few things. One of the things that came up was recognition. How do we build on our strengths? What are our strengths? Tourism is one of those. Health and wellness is another. But then there were some discussions about, you know, a lot of people come here and retire here, and what is the infrastructure? What are we doing with that? How do we either support that, nourish that, nurture it, that sort of thing? Governance is a big issue, and we think about governance from the standpoint of we've got a municipality here, we've got the county government structure here, but then the concept of what do you and I do? Tricia, Swenson, Chris Green, what do we do in relation to how we govern? And what is our responsibility there? Not just the elected officials, but the individuals within the Valley. So I think we're going to see some recommendations by these guys on, you know, how do we play well in the same sandbox? What does this mean? What are the economic benefits? policy issues. What is it that means? Then there are, the obvious land use issues. The agricultural piece might be a real interesting one. We talked about sustainability. How do we feed our own?
Yeah.
Do we really need to truck in our own produce? Can we do that? And then from a policy standpoint, what does that mean with regard to land use, property taxes, et cetera? So we'll see some real interesting recommendations.
Okay, Chris, what time? And is it back at Battle Mountain High School?
7 o'clock tonight, Battle Mountain High School Auditorium. Great facility. The public is invited.
Okay.
We want to see everybody there.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Chris Green, for coming in today. Should
Thank you.
be interesting. Once again, it's at that new Battle Mountain High School. It'll give you a chance to see that auditorium. Get there early if you want a front row seat. It starts at 7. We'll be right back.
And now, your fishing report, brought to you by the Orvis endorsed